Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So a few days ago, I made a post about chaos and I decided to make our experience as well as other carriers' experiences a teaching moment. Many of us are acutely aware of the fact that something happened to the market starting somewhere in July of this year. It was really a palpable change that made it more difficult to operate. And it was not only a question of cutting expenses anymore, being able to generate actual income was also a big fat question mark. So, of course, that means it's time to adapt. Let's chat about it. Ready? Let's go. So, whenever I talk about capacity leaving, there are always a couple of people that are telling me, well, you should get out of the industry. And my argument has always been that if I see consistent losses, I will. But before I see those losses, it doesn't make sense to get out. Now, it's not easy to speak about this to the tens of thousands of people who do watch these videos. We humans, we tend to try and hide our failures, but this is a transparent channel, and this is a channel where we face things head on and we don't boast about crap that doesn't exist. So here goes. We have made a few decisions over the past month or so. Some of you are aware that we used to have two trucking companies, our original company and our baby company. We made the decision to shut down our baby company. Some of you know that we have been hiring team members and we have been doing so since 2022. Well, we let everyone go. We decided that it's time to go back to pretty much square one and operate as a small owner-operated company where it's only the business partners who are working, two business partners that are driving, and one, which is me, who is dispatching and running back office. Making this video is not easy. This channel is called Trucking Made Successful, and the whole name of this channel at this point makes me feel like the biggest phony out there because I feel like I was not successful in how I was planning to grow our business. But then I do remember that success is not always a straight line up. Sometimes it goes like this. And sometimes contracting is the only way to move forward and start growing again when the time is right. The thing that calms me down in this situation a little bit, takes the edge off, is the fact that I understand that I'm not the only one in this position, and you guys are not the only ones in this position. I read about carriers contracting every single day, reducing their fleet sizes in order to move forward. Just recently, the Journal of Commerce released an article about how capacity is being purged, and they say, and I quote, "A historic purge in capacity among large U.S. truckload carriers is underway, with the carriers in the Journal of Commerce Truckload Capacity Index, the TCI, slashing their collective truck capacity by 9.5% year over year in the second quarter." Now, in that same article, they talk about how Werner slashed its capacity by 9% year over year in the second quarter, and how carriers in general reduced their truck counts anywhere from 6 to 11% in the second quarter year over year. To top it off, they talk about how the small carrier overcapacity was reduced by 32,500 carriers from December of 2022 to June of 2024. So it's not just me, it's not just you. This market does not discriminate, it affects everybody. Just now, we were returning the extra trailers that we had, and their lot was completely full. We rent our trailers so that we can get rid of them very quickly. Their lot was completely full, and the gentleman there said that he was waiting for another larger carrier to bring back 30 trailers. That's how bad the market is right now. So the question is, what happened? Why did we decide to contract? Why are other carriers shrinking their fleets? Well, there are multiple reasons, and of course, the first one is the market side. On August 7th, the Journal of Commerce released an article stating that fewer and fewer shippers are expecting any significant rate hikes in early 2025 because, and I quote, "economic indicators and reports point to slower economic growth than recently anticipated and uncertainty about freight demand. Now, Dean Croak, I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly, he's the analyst, the principal analyst at DAT. He did say that there are some small movements in the spot market with rates, very tiny ones, but at the foundation of trucking, shippers still have the pricing power and they're still trying to push those rates down. Then we have the cost portion of the industry of our business, right? And recently they have been talking about how inflation is finally going down. Well, this is not the case. It's just that the wording is misleading. It's wrong. Inflation is not going down. It's just increasing at a slower rate. And according to William Hawk, who is the professor of economics at some university, if inflation goes down, it means that the rate at which prices increase is slowing down. But it generally is not going to mean that prices are going down. And boy, does this increasing pricing have an effect on the trucking industry. Just recently, the American Transportation Research Institute found that the cost of trucking reached an all-time high in 2023, which is the most recent number. And currently, the average cost per mile is $2.27. The leading causes of the spike were driver wages, there was equipment costs, repair and maintenance, and insurance costs. So $2.27 is the average cost per mile according to the latest numbers. Now let's take a look at the spot market according to FTR Intel, which releases spot market numbers every single week. Well, according to them, the average spot rates are $1.94 for dry vans as of last week, $2.34 for reefers, and $2.29 for flatbeds. And remember, these include the short hauls that are like $400 for 150 miles. So all of this creates a perfect storm. And the fact that over the past few weeks, I'm sure you guys feel the same way because I read the comments where you guys are sitting for 3 days at a time waiting for a load. On top of all of this, it's becoming harder and harder to actually find loads. Just to give you some numbers, dry vans saw an 11% decrease in volumes week over week. Reefers stayed more or less the same, and flatbeds also saw an 11% decrease in volumes week over week. So there's the explanation of why we decided to reduce our operational size. Our cost per mile is around $1.40 with our business partners, and it's way over $2.20 when we hire team members. Considering the lack of loads, the piss poor prices on the load board, the fact that the price of everything is going up, it just doesn't make sense to keep folks on payroll hoping that next month will be better. I'm really sorry for the background noise right now, but for those of you who will end up asking me, why are you working off the spot market? Why don't you go to direct shippers? We're working with direct shippers more often than ever before. However, 99% of them will not even consider us because of how small we are. So the point of this video, you are not alone in this. We keep on fighting on. We make changes, even if those changes are hard to accept, and we keep pushing forward with the tools that we have at hand. Sometimes taking 100 steps back is necessary to be able to move forward in the future. So yeah, wishing you all a fantastic end to your week, a fantastic weekend. Stay safe, stay healthy, and keep learning, and I will see you in the next video.